Hi, my name is John.
And my name is Judy.
We are both in the healthcare field, and we wanted to create a way to have a backup store of PPE should our own supply ever run low.
We tried various methods and we finally found an efficient way to make them.
It's simple, inexpensive, and serves as a backup should your own organization run low on supply.
So without further ado, here's John to show you how to make your very own PPE. Enjoy!
Let's do it. Good morning. Today we're going to be making PPE trash bag garments. We'll be utilizing the Husky 42-gallon 3 mil bag for this process. The first bag that we're going to use is going to be utilized for sleeves. One bag will make 3 sets of sleeves for 3 PPEs. So the goal is to use 4 bags will yield out 3 PPEs. This is waste. And we're just cutting off this tail end. Now we need to cut the sleeves themselves. And this is double thick, so we're going to measure this down 10 inches, 10.5 inches. That's what our sleeve length is going to be. So I'm just simply marking down 10.5 inches, and we're going to be utilizing this in this jig that I made. This is a cherry wood jig, so it's good and hard for our cutting board and to give us good solid straight lines. So I'm just going to, the marks that I made, I'm just going to line those up here on the ruler, tighten this side down. And same on this side. Line it up. So all my black lines that I made, that I scored, are there. Then just simply taking our roller, this here will be its own sleeve in itself, but these other two will require less work. So right now, put this jig out of the way. We'll take this bag, fold it in half, make sure we got a nice good, make sure that's even. And I'm going to cut this little end off where it's folded, because this is where the arms are it's going to separate into the arms that we need. So don't need that. Now we have 2 sets of arms. This set of arms is fine. If you look, we've got an opening here, and these will be sewn. This is closed on this side here. So this is one set here ready to go. Set that off to the side. Now on this other piece, you've got your open spots here on the sides, but you're connected to the top. We don't need that connected at the top, so we've got to take out this seam. So we're just going to rip that down a little bit to get rid of that seam. Now it's just like the other ones, where we have 2 open seams, and it's sealed at this side for the sleeves. Now the next trash bag we will utilize, this will actually be the garment itself. So once again, we want to get rid of the tail that we don't need. And now there's 2 ways that you can do this. Lay it out. If they're matched up really nice and even on both sides, then we can use the jig, and they are. If not, if the manufacturer creased them when they went in the box and they're off too much, then you want to cut each side individually. So bring back my jig. This will make it easier for cutting a good straight line. What we're doing is we're cutting off the edges of the bag to make these straps that will go around the neck straps and the waist straps. And those will be right at 3/4 of an inch. So just adjust the bag so we're about 3/4 all the way through. And these will get sewn later. Locking this down, and we're just simply cutting along the jig for a nice straight line. And now we have 2 big strips, but these will be cut, these will be sewn. You have a open side and then a sealed side. We're going to send a seam down, sew a seam down this open side. Once these 2 pieces are completely sewn, then we're just going to cut them in half. Just make a cut along here, and then we will have 4 straps to put the gown together. We'll set this apart for another side, another process. Now that we have our gown, our main gown, ready to go, move this out of the way. We're going to make sure we open it up. The bag is fully open. And here at the top, we're going to cut the neck. This is my template, no pun intended, but this gives me a 7-inch neckline. So I line up these 2 arrows to the top of the seam here, and the center one to the center of the seam bag. This will make sure it's centered every single time. Just take my razor knife, press down to hold pressure, and simply cut out the neck. And now the neck is done. So what we're going to do now is we go ahead and we open up this whole thing. Notice where we took off the ends of the straps. It allows us now to open up the bag completely. Open out, put the neck in the center. Now that we have this opened up, we're going to attach our arms. This makes it easier for sewing. Here's the arms that we made prior. Both open up. All I'm going to do is line them up with the center of the neck seam and have it overlap about a 1/2 inch. Make sure it's lined up, set my weight here. And to make it easier to go through the machine without making crooked lines, I'm taping down at 5 points. This can gum up your needle if you use too much tape, but I only have to clean the needle maybe once after 5 or 6 gowns that have been made. And that's using an alcohol pad and cleaning my needle. So I'm putting it 5 different places. And now this is almost ready to sew. Little clips. Now that we have our sleeve taped, and this is in the machine, connected to the main body, now it's time to go ahead and sew it through. And we stick to the edge and we stop. You flip the material around, and once again you put the other sleeve on the opposite side, tape it in place, and then you sew it. Once the arms are sewn on, then we're just going to flip it over. You can see how well the arms fit onto the garment itself. The neck, 1 arm, 2 arms. Now what's left is we now have to sew these arms together, these sides together. Just start the sewing process. And you should line up without any bunches. Should line up back on the exact same seam where you sewed the arm to begin with, where you sewed the bottom of the arm. They should all meet up into a T, and hopefully with no creases or overlapping. Do the exact same thing for the opposite side. Now that both lines have been marked on the sleeves, I'm going to go ahead and sew along that line. Once again, being this is going to be an end, I'm just going to reinforce it a little bit. Now that both of those are sewn, I can go ahead and get rid of this extra here on the bottom that I don't need. And this is our taper. As mentioned before, these are the straps that we took off the very beginning of the process. These are what we're going to turn into. We've got one open side, one sealed side. So we're just going to go ahead and seal the opposite side. Now that all the edges have been sewn, cut the straps in half and makes 4 straps. 2 straps for the neck, 2 straps for the waistline. We'll attach those next. The next step is we have to make the opening in the back, and that is simply done by, I have a piece of hardwood, slide up through the center, centered on this center seam here. And I'm just going to use my razor knife and just follow right along. Forward, so I get a nice good straight cut. I now attach the 4 straps to the garment itself. And as you can see, it is a, let's see, focus in, the pattern that I use for stitching. All right, and this is the finished product. You've got the straps for the waist section, straps for the top. This whole thing folds up real nice and neat. And there you have your personal, hefty, or I should say husky, PPE garbage bag attire. Alright, and this is the total amount of waste to make the PPE out of that trash bag. Little trimmings here, these are off the sleeves to taper the sleeves. This is for the neck, and then this is drawing the tail off the bag itself. I'm using this as a regular saucer I brought from home. This particular cut edge here, basically, the plate I made 7 inches from here to here, 7 inches, and then it's 2 inches down. So it gives you the perfect neckline for it. Quick, simple, easy guide to make so you have consistent cuts for the neck every single time. Of course, a tape measure, a fabric cutter or a roller cutter, cutting threads, a marker for marking my lines, for lining lines, a little piece of hardwood that I use for drawing my lines and helping to cut when I'm taking these edges off. A little tape to help put the arms on, straight knife to open up the back. That works better than this because this one here you just put when you put the blade there, I can actually keep the blade centered on the wood, super easy, just like so. And then 2 sets of clips to hold the arms in place while you're sewing those in place. And now the finished product. And that concludes our demonstration.
Thank you for joining us today. Be well, everyone.